I am Sai Prashant Adambana. Today I am going to discuss about a very interesting concept, that is unit testing. Before we are going to see about continued unit testing, let us revise the previous session. Okay, in previous session I discussed about document testing. Okay, initially our concept is this. Our concept started with levels of testing. In general, levels of testing starts with document testing. Clear? So in document testing, yesterday we discussed this by explaining this document prepared by, reviewed by, reviewed techniques, these things. Okay, so in today's session we are going to discuss about unit testing. This is our present session. Okay. Unit testing. When this unit testing will be started? This unit testing will be started. Yeah, let us see the diagram here first of all. This is Agile Scrum process flow diagram. Okay. Kickoff meeting. PO selected. PO prepares, collects all requirements as user stories in product backlog grooming rating from customer. Then after this, PO is going to select some user stories from all user stories in sprint planning meeting. Here in these both phases documentation done, and in sprint development and testing, Scrum team developer is going to develop a design in the way of documentation format. Okay, so yesterday's session in document testing we came up to here. The next phase is once developing the design, then the development of the code is the next phase. That is we see in the unit testing. Okay, so now see here in document testing, these are the documents: product backlog grooming meeting, means PBL and SBL, and high level low level designs. PBL and SBL prepared by PO and the same reviewed by PO. Techniques are same: walkthrough, inspection, peer reviews. And high level design, low level design also same. Some Scrum team developer prepared by Scrum team developer and reviewed by the Scrum team developer. Here we need to notice here, this is prepared by one PO, reviewed by another PO. Prepared by Sai, PO name Sai, reviewed by PO name Prashant. Clear? Yeah, these are the techniques. This is about document testing. Now we are continuing to unit testing. Once after successful completion of testing this PBL, SBL and high level low level designs by the PO and Scrum Master, PBL and SBL by PO and high level low level designs by Scrum team developers, once everything is all the documents are tested, then unit testing will be started. So how the unit testing is going to be started? Now we are here currently at this phase, sprint development. Here development phase, here the unit testing also. Okay, so in unit testing, once after completion of after completion of document testing, okay, please ignore the spelling mistakes as it takes much time to modify. Okay, after completion of document testing, then Scrum team, ST means Scrum team developer is going to prepare, Scrum team developer is going to prepare the code for the user stories or for the user stories following the documents so far tested. Based on those documents, in those documents only you can identify the design, and you will identify the design and you will gather the requirements and everything in that only. Based on those documents, this developer is going to come to an idea, a picture regarding the requirements of the client, and then based on that he is going to select. His first task is, first of all he studies all the documents regarding the requirements, and he checks the design and everything. Even it is prepared by the developer, other developer is going to revise that, and then after he is going to start coding piece by piece, in the sense after completion of one piece, another piece will be developed. Means code is developed as piece, means it's sprint by sprint. This code is developed. So for developing this code, he used the languages like Java, C#, .NET, like many languages based on the requirement of client, and based on the requirements in the document, he is going to select the language for the front end, and he is going to select the database based on the requirements. Okay, this is how it happens. Here the unit testing will be conducted. Unit testing will be conducted. Unit testing will be conducted based on the developed code, on the developed piece of code. As I told earlier, the sprint, a collection of sprints is a software, collection of pieces is a sprint. Okay, piece by piece he is going to develop now. So that piece he is going to perform unit testing over the piece. Scrum team developer is going to perform unit testing. That we call it as unit testing, or there are several different names for this, several different names. Unit testing or component testing, we can call like this also. Unit testing or component testing, and we can say like this also, glass box testing, and we can call like this, clear box testing, or else we can say like this also, open box testing. Clear? So we can call this unit testing using this terminology also, these words also. All these meanings same, either it is glass box or component or open box, similar, the meaning is same, unit testing word. Clear? Okay. So for this unit testing, there are some techniques were there. Unit testing, some techniques are there. Those are, yeah, first of all, the first point is basic path coverage. Okay, the next point is, then after the next technique, this is the first technique, basic path coverage. Then after, the next technique is control flow structure coverage. Okay, control flow structure coverage. Then after, programming technique. Then after, mutation coverage. Clear? These are the 4 techniques used by the Scrum team developer. Here the task of whose role is going on here? Scrum team developer role is going on. Scrum team developer is testing the piece of code by following the 4 techniques. First one is basic path coverage, control flow structure coverage, programming technique, and mutation coverage. Okay, so and you have to remember this 1, 2, 3 means basic path coverage, control flow structure coverage, programming technique. For correctness, there also in document testing you are performing review techniques like walkthrough, inspection and peer reviews for the correctness and completeness in testing. Okay, and the same here also for basic path coverage, control flow structure, programming for correctness, whereas for fourth testing technique, unit testing technique is for completeness. This is how, means I am going to explain clearly why we are calling 1, 2, 3 are correctness, fourth one for completeness in the next in the upcoming points. Okay, so let me provide meaning for the each. Let me elaborate the each technique importance. Okay, in this technique, basic path coverage. Basic path coverage means, okay, let me show explain you with a small example. Let us take a program related to some swapping program in C language. Okay, see here, observe, you can observe here. Okay, let me highlight this. Yeah, turbo C. Okay, so this basic path coverage is generally, it means that either the program running or not, means, yeah, I will show in action here by taking a sample example. Okay, let me open a sample program here. I already done this here. I already prepared one program for you. Okay, let us take a swapping program. Okay, you can observe this program. I typed this program here in this prompt. Okay, so now what this, yeah, observe clearly here. Basic path coverage. What does it mean by basic path coverage? Means, see, I am just executing this program. Means what it happened, either this program running or not running. This program is successfully running. You can see here. Okay, this program is running, so no issue. This is one of the basic path coverage testing technique for checking either the program is running or not. Okay, note this, you need to observe this point here. Program running or not. So for suppose if you take, yeah, if condition, in if condition, if age is greater than 18, then greater than or equal to 18, then we call like printf major. This is what output have to be arrived. Well, once you run the program, you have to get this output. Okay, so now if it is failed, means this condition is failed, then what the output should be? If the condition is failed, then the output should be else printf minor. Okay, if he is less than 18, you need to get this. So this is the program here in this real scenario. This is the program if based on if condition. So once in basic path coverage, how you are going to check it here means, so by running this program, you given the value of 18, age is 18 you have provided. Okay, we provided the age of 18. By providing this age 18, you have to get an output measure. This is one time you run out this program one time. By running one time, you won't know the program is successfully running or not. You will get an output for only the measure. Now you need to run for the next testing the second output. You need to run again. For testing second output means if the age is less than 18 means you need to get output as minor, like this minor. Okay, this here the what we understood means here the program cyclometric complexity is 2, means 2 times you need to run the program. You have to execute this program 2 times to test this, to check either the path is completely covered or not, basic path is completely covered or not, either program running or not. This is what here in basic path coverage. Okay, then after The next technique is, yeah, this is cyclomatic. Okay, the next technique is control flow structure technique. What we are going to see in this control flow structure coverage means, we are going to see either this program is responding as per given input and output. Means like what I mean to say here is, here in the first point what you see in basic path coverage, either the program running or not, it need to run twice, you need to check it twice. Means you are getting, for major you are getting age more than 18, you are getting major as output or not, for the age less than 18 you are getting minor as output or not. This is what you are checking. Just you are checking the only the flow, basic path coverage only you are checking here. Then in this control flow structure coverage, what you are going to check here is, so initially I will explain with a small example. Yeah, let me explain with a small example here for your better understanding. So I am taking a program swapping, based on program on swapping. You observe clearly here. Okay, yeah, you see in this program. So I run this program. After running this program, I am giving here what swapping means. For the A value I given 2, see, input is 2, and B, for the B I given 3. In this swapping how to be done, swapping how it happened, B value should come to A value should come to B, like this. So I given the, based on the A, B values as inputs, output is working or not. This is what we need to check here in this control structure coverage. Okay, this is what means, we can use this word also. This technique is also called as debugging. This technique is also called as debugging technique. Okay, yeah, and let me update it here. Yeah, this control flow structure coverage we can call like this also, responding as per the input provided or not, means working or not. And you can simply note like this, working, program working or not. And we call it, this technique is also called as debugging technique. Okay, so then after that, the next technique is programming technique. The programming technique is used here for to check either running fast or not. What running fast or not? To check either program, running means executing, here the program is executing fast or not. Okay, this is the here. So for that we are going to use some programming technique. Means technique is used to check the execution speed. Okay, let me tell a small example to you in this related to this programming technique. Okay, in earlier days the memory size is like this. Initially, when you see in 2001, at that time 1990, 99, 98, at that period we are having the floppies. See the sizes here. For the floppy size here, see, 8-inch floppy disk size is 242 KB. Like this, the data size was very less at that time. The data priority is given for the data at that period of time. I mean to say, like from up to 2001, from 1995 to 2001, the priority is given for the data. So based on that, so let us take a swapping program only for this explanation here. You see here, okay, swapping program. Yeah, not this. This is the program. Okay, yeah. Yeah, see here, in earlier days guys used to do like this, means a equal to a plus b, b equal to a minus b, means for swapping a equal to a plus b, the values he used here, means adding the a value with b value and subtracting a value with minus value. This is the logic used here. Using this logic, it takes much time but less memory, means here we used only two variables. You observe here a b are the two variables. Using these a b variables only you are swapping the data. Here what you have to identify here means the data usage is less but time for executing the programming time taking is high. This is this logic is followed when the memory is the priority given for the memory, means in the period of 1995 to 2001. Then after, the priority was day by day changed. Nowadays, no, if you see in the current situation is like this, the priority is given for the execution period. So additional, you can observe the additional variable here, a b c. In this logic I included a third variable. In the previous example we seen only two variables only for swapping, but here we used three variables a, b and c for swapping, means the memory increase but execution time of the execution takes very less. When you compare with the previous logic, using this logic within short period of time you are going to execute the program. Means here what you have to understand was, what you have to convey was, you need to execute the, means customer won't wait for the long time execution. He want the action to immediate action. While by using the cursor you need to get immediate action. Like that only he is expecting nowadays. Means there is no priority for memory, priority for execution speed. This is what I mean to say here. Okay. So those are the programming. This is what I mean to say about programming techniques. See now nowadays in the data size in memory cards means it is like some 8 GB, 16 GB, 128 GB like this. Whereas when you see the hard disk in earlier days the hard disk size is 500 GB like this. Now 1 TB, 2 TB like this. Clear? This is about programming technique. The next one is mutation coverage. In mutation coverage means this technique is also called as mutation coverage technique is also called as debugging. This technique is also called as debugging. Control flow structure is debugging. Clear? This is debugging. Why I am calling debugging means, yeah, now I hope you guys understood why this first, second and third techniques are used for correctness. Okay. Now this programming technique is above two techniques were used for correctness. Now the mutation coverage technique is used for completeness, checking the completeness. How like this? How means? Let me explain with a small example here. Same. Okay. You see in this program now Scrum team developer prepared a piece of code. Let us assume this is the piece of code. In this piece of code, like this, based on the requirement he developed, and after developing that he went to Scrum Master and he showed, yeah, Scrum Master, my task is completed. I developed this piece of code. I completed testing also. I done this control flow structure, basic path coverage and programming technique. All this unit testing I completed. Like this he is telling, but he haven't done the mutation coverage. Mutation coverage means you have to check the whole program again. So then Scrum Master, what he takes, he checks means, okay, you leave it here and you go for some break and come after 15 minutes. Then the Scrum Master is going to do perform some changes here. What he does the changes means, in place of C he is going to update this D, okay, as the variable as D, and here also he is going to update the he changed some value here, and he asked him to, yeah, okay, you check it now, you check like this. He is going to provide that like this. Once after providing that he is going to give after 15 minutes of break, this Scrum Master is going to provide the same code by performing some changes. Here you see in the variable, now I changed C to D. Let us assume I am the Scrum Master. Now I given this same program to the developer, Scrum team developer, and I asked him to check this whole program and come back to me again. Then after completing that, what this developer is going to think, yeah, I done already, everything is fine there, I don't need to check, waste my time like this. And as usually without checking he brings that program to the scrum master. Scrum master will call him, and some scrum master will show the changes what we have done here. Mr. Developer, Scrum team developer, I changed this variable here, but you haven't done identified this program properly, you haven't tested this program. Means what it mean here? Completeness. He haven't done the testing completely over this program. Once the Scrum, so finally what you have to understand about this mutation coverage is, in mutation coverage what he is going to do, the Scrum Master is going to do was, initially this Scrum team developer is going to prepare code for the sprint based on the requirement. Okay, so once after preparing this, he is going to forward this code to the Scrum Master. Scrum Master will ask him to wait for take break for 15 minutes. Then after, before Scrum developer is coming to meet Scrum Master, Scrum Master is going to perform some changes in the code. Okay, after performing the changes, he forward the same code to the developer and ask him to check the code again. Okay, then he need to test that program, and if he identifies the changes done by the Scrum Master, if he is able to identify the changes, like the variable changed from C variable is changed to D, these changes he need to identify. If he have identified that changes, then that testing was unit testing regarding the mutation coverage testing is success. If he haven't done that testing, if you haven't checked that, and he as usually collected the code from the Scrum Master, and the same code he given to that Scrum Master, means there without identifying the changes done by the Scrum Master was, then we call it as the failed. Then it is not complete testing. Finally, what I mean to say is, this Scrum team developer need to identify the changes done by the Scrum Master. Then only it is success, it is passed. Then only you can say it is completeness was okay, it was fine. Okay, this is about mutation coverage. In the next session, we are going to discuss about a very interesting concept in the levels of testing, that is integration testing. Integration testing. Thank you.